It is to tell the folks what's happening behind the scenes at the sheriff's office, to let you know about things you need to be concerned about, to have conversations. And we're going to talk about those stories today, but also we're going to celebrate some promotions and things that we do to make our profession the best it can possibly be. But before we start, I want you to pay attention to this picture right here. This is Joseph Wyrick, 61 years old. Joseph Wyrick lived in Genesee Township. And I want to explain to those that are out there that our job in law enforcement never stops. And it didn't stop on Christmas Day. Myself, Captain Nelson, Captain Lanning, Sergeant Stadler, Sergeant Hunt, Sergeant Johnson, Genesee Township officers, we were working a case that started early afternoon in Atlas Township. And it started because of a sexual assault on a young child. When I say young, not to be insensitive, but I'm talking under the age of 10. And Wyrick was the suspect. That was Christmas Day, just a week and a half ago. And what happened is, when the call came in and we took the victim to get treated, Wyrick took off back to his house in Genesee Township. Sheriff detectives responded, and we went to find where he was. Shortly after about 8 o'clock that evening, we located him at his address in Genesee Township. Wyrick ran across into his house, and as the sergeant and the Deputy High, went to go into the house, he grabbed a long-barreled shotgun and turned on the deputies. They disengaged and surrounded the house and became a barricaded gunman. Now at that point, there's a lot of things that are moving fast. And I hope that Sergeant Hunt, who was the scene commander on that scene, is watching, because he did an outstanding job using discretion, but also keeping a perimeter, keeping the citizens safe, keeping our staff safe. And we're trying to talk to Wyrick about putting the gun down. Shortly after they secured the perimeter of the home, he came out in the yard, had the shotgun, and after a long and lengthy investigation and a long and lengthy conversation, Wyrick did not comply. In fact, let me throw it on there. Wyrick actually turned the weapon on himself and killed himself in front of the deputies, in front of the officers. And I say that because during this whole process, we're trying to negotiate, we're trying to work with them, and it just didn't happen. He made statements that made it clear to those officers responding that he was not going to go back to jail. And why do I bring this up? Because that victim that we were going after him for was not his first victim. In fact, we have other victims that have come forward. He's dead, but I know there may be some closure out there for victims that he assaulted sometime in the past. And so I put that picture up there. Joseph Wyrick, 61 years old, Genesee Township. If you have any involvement, if you have something in your past that you want to share, you can call your local law enforcement. They will refer to us. You can call us direct. You can send a message. You can stop by. But we want to give victims closure, because even in his death, we have victims that are coming forward, that I mentioned, that said, he did this to me, and we want to give you that voice. So trust our team, trust the Ghost team. Thanks to everybody on scene that did their job. It was a very traumatic scene on all levels there on Christmas Day. I also want to give you a brief on our Mary Pryer murder. Again, if you've not known about this, this is a murder of an 88-year-old lady in 1997. And she was dragged out of her house, she was sexually assaulted, and she was left for dead. And it's been an open case for 24 years, but we were able to solve this case here at the Sheriff's Office. I was assigned this case in 2002, and through a lot of different interviews and a lot of different leads, we made sure that we never, ever, ever gave up our investigation. And you may remember this story because we arrested Michael Burke, and he was charged by David Layton with the homicide, kidnapping, and criminal sexual conduct. He's here right in the jail, 2 floors above me, and his next court date is coming up in the next month. So I want you to know that he's still here, his court date's coming. This is the process. It takes a long time. And sometimes these court cases, they have a date and then they get postponed, but he's got a hearing coming up. And we're going to keep you posted on that case and more, but I want you to know that we're still progressing. Our case is put together, turned over to the prosecutor, because now the defense team has to look at those files, and they have to build up a defense. And this is the way the system is. I wouldn't be surprised if this takes anywhere from 6 to 12 months for closure, but we're going to keep you posted, because Mary Pryer deserves all the positive attention that she gets from knowing her murder is solved. At 88 years old, no kids, a widow living quietly in the village of Lennon. She deserves to be recognized, and I want to make sure that we follow this case through you every step of the way. The other case we want to talk about is a more difficult case. It's an open homicide. Jesse Byers. Jesse Byers was murdered in July 11th of this last year, 2021, in Atlas Township. And as I said, it's very unsettling to the people in Atlas Township, and then more so, and I get that. But I want you to know that we are actively working on it. This is a complicated case. When we got to the scene, all we had was a dead body in the middle of the night. But through our technology and through science, we've been able to work through all these different obstacles to get closer now. We are hand in hand with the family. I know it's frustrating for people, trust me. We feel the same frustration. We want a case solved now. But we have to follow the technology and the evidence that we're going. Nobody has confessed to the case, no one's come forward. So we're on it all the time, but I notice in the comments when we do stories, many people still have much interest, and that's rightly so. What about Jesse Byers? And we're working on that case. Again, I want to assure the citizens out there that this is a random and a very deliberate homicide. So you have nothing to worry about. You don't have anybody out there. We think that the person who did that had a connection and knew him personally and went out there to do this deed. So we'll keep you posted on that as well. The other thing that I'm super excited about, and that is January is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. And we have had so much success in this office by doing our ghost operations, Genesee Human Oppression Strike Team. This team started in 2018. We've done rescues, we've done operations throughout the whole state of Michigan, 35 counties we've touched, and worked with sheriffs in 17 counties with multiple jurisdictions. And the ghost team has facilitated the arrest of 144 predators. These are people that are coming to our location to have sex with a 15, 14, and 13-year-old. And the people that are part of those is all of us. We also get many, many requests. How do people who are not enforcers be a part of ghost? How do I, as a family, as a teacher, as a pastor, how do I, as a leader of a business, how can my team get involved with ghost? How do we get involved with human trafficking? And it just hit me. And many of these ideas that just hit me make so much sense as soon as it lands, and that is we can use our community to be the eyes and ears by making you ghost certified. And so the Ghost Certified program is going to roll out on January 26, 2022, right here at the Genesee County Jail. And let me explain that. Ghost Certified simply means that you watching now, or your firm, or your business, or your church, on the 26th, we're going to have a portal opened up on our website, gcsomichigan.com, that you're going to be able to click on and take the Ghost Certified course. It's a video-based course. I teach it. It's 15 minutes or less. And it goes over the highlights of grooming and the mindset of a predator. And we go over some things that you need to know to make sure it's not happening to you or people you love. And then at the end, there's a study guide so you can download. And then there's a test. And the reason we have a test there is because we want you to understand the information. Once you take that test, you email that to us, and our ghost team here is going to send you a Ghost Certified sticker. Small, medium, large. You get to put that where you think there's high visibility. Here's what's going to happen. I bet, because some people are just not comfortable coming to law enforcement. They may not be comfortable coming to a family. But maybe you've got a great relationship because you're a business owner. Or maybe you've got a great relationship because you work in a manufacturing plant. And somebody knows your heart. If you're part of Ghost, you know the heart of this organization. And they will come to you. My hope is they will come and say, listen, I know that sticker. I got to talk to somebody. And you have designated somebody to have that connection to take the next step. We have talked to so many victims that have said that the pain of keeping it inside is great. And I want to find every avenue I can to get that pain to be healed. And this is one of the ways that we're doing it. Why are we releasing it on the 26th of January this month? Why are we releasing it the National Human Trafficking Awareness Month? Is because on that day we're having a ghost open house right here at the jail. Right here at 5th and Saginaw from 4 p.m. to 6. We're going to have other people that help us with our human trafficking enforcement, our education awareness. You're going to meet members of Ghost. We're going to have a lot of free gear. I don't know how many people are going to show up, but if one does, it's a success. But that's the day we're going to launch it. We're going to have that open house here. Our ghost truck is going to be there. It's not to sensationalize what Ghost does, but we've seen everybody that's behind camera right now that work Ghost Ops. We have seen the reality of what Ghost and other human trafficking enforcement teams have done around the state. Whether it's the SHOT team in Shiawassee, the Viper team down in Monroe County, there's other teams forming up in the UP, over on the west side. We've worked with Calhoun County, all the way to Sand Lac, all the way up to the UP. We've worked with our friends in big counties. Well, they have the same heart as we do, and we want to give the people the voice that they need to help us. And so I just want you to be really excited about that. That's happening on the 26th of January, right here at the Sheriff's Office, 1002 South Saginaw Street, Flint, Michigan, from 4 to 6. I can promise you it's going to be done right. Swanson style is always fun. We're going to have the whole transformation in the lobby done. You're going to be excited. You're going to meet some people, and there's some cool things that are going to happen that day, and that's the day we launch our Ghost Certification Program. And I think it's going to save some lives and certainly get the conversation, which is always our desire, around kitchen tables and around businesses and around churches, because if we can do proactive stuff before we react to people who have been assaulted, then it's a win for all of us. Now, I'm almost done. I know you're busy. I know you got a lot going on. I have some people that we're going to promote and recognize. And, all in 2020, you saw from this office and around the country, the demand for policing to be more professional. Even though we have a great, noble field, we can always get better. And that's why I don't like using the word reform. I like to use the word evolution. Police evolution. We're evolving to be a better profession. And I'm very proud to be a police officer. We have veteran officers right here in the room. One of my dear friends, Jude Reardon, retired as a captain out of Grand Lake Township. We have other people that have given their whole lives of law enforcement. We saw what happened to our deputy, the Burke officer, and the amount of community support for law enforcement. Hey, we're not perfect, but man, it's a great field to be in, and I'm proud to be third generation. So when we celebrate people, we want to make sure that we give all those that are watching this profession the reason to support us. Our job is to show them why, and I'm asking those that see what we do to give us a chance to always watch and see how we do things. So we have really, really pushed our training in here in the Sheriff's Office and across the country for sure. But just in the last year and a half, we have sent thousands and thousands and thousands of long hours like crazy all over on topics that are really a big deal. De-escalation, race relations, social justice, all those things that are hot topics. And part of that is our jail staff. We've got about 113 deputies that work up in the jail. Our jail count today is about 610. And I've always said that that count in the jail, of those 600 plus inmates, over 60% of them have 20-year to life offenses. That's why it's so important to have the INDEC program there. It's so important to have training in there. Keep the staff safe, keep our inmates safe. So we train our deputies in a 160 school, 160 hours called jail school, Corrections Academy, and we host it right here. We're graduating 10 more deputies this Friday. We have 7 from our office, but we have other deputies from Sand Lac County and all the way up in Chippewa County, which is way up there in the UP, Sheriff Bittner. They send their people down here for a month for us to train them. And to all the instructors that teach the Corrections Academy, I appreciate it because that's a big deal to make our profession what it should be. But we also send people to the Police Academy. Now, I know there's some people here with the Police Academy a lot longer, more longer than I did, but I graduated from the Academy in April of 1994. And I wasn't married then. I was brand new on the job. I had already been a medic since '92, and it was a big day for me. Well, when these two deputies graduated from the Police Academy, we have Deputy Logan Reardon and Deputy Travis Pearson. During that week of graduation, we had our officer involved shooting, and so we weren't able to give the attention to what they did and what they deserved. So we waited to the end of the first of the year. They have some family back here, and we're going to deputize these 2 police deputies because they graduated from the police academy. They're certified police officers. Deputy Reardon's been here since 2016. I don't even want to know how many generations he is, but more than 3 generations of Reardons that have been through this office and in local law enforcement. Pearson served our country, United States Marine Corps for 4 years and led a team and has been battle tested. So it's a pleasure and honor to have you both come on board as certified police officers. And you did well. They scored high in the academy. They served well, and for that we're going to deputize them as certified police officers. So if you stand right in front of me, raise your right hand, click those heels, repeat after me. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear.
To uphold the Constitution of the United States.
To uphold the Constitution of the United
And the
States.
Constitution of the State of Michigan.
And the Constitution of the State.
And I'll faithfully discharge my duties.
And I will faithfully discharge my duties.
As a police deputy.
As a police
For the
deputy.
County of Genesee.
For the County
State of Michigan.
State of
To the best of my ability.
To the best of my
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Marine.
Thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations, family. There we go. Thank you so much. We got two more real quick, and this is not a police academy graduation. This is a promotion. This is now Sergeant Luke Combs. I have known Luke and his family for a long time, and Luke started in our office as a Marine deputy while he was still in college. And while he was in college, he finished up, came back the next year, got hired full time. And Luke is one of those guys, and I know a guy like him that traveled his path quickly. He's literally involved in everything from our ghost operations. You'll see that pin right there. He's an honor guard member. He's also a firearms instructor. He's part of our team that is called containment team. He's got a level head. He's got a tactical mindset, but he's got a huge heart for people. Whenever we're doing things on the outside, Luke is there, and it's because his family, the Combs family, has always been there to serve people. Well, Luke tested, and we have a process. You do a written test, you do an interview, then there's some background, and you placed on a list to become a sergeant in the sheriff's office. And Luke was promoted as a sergeant in 2021 late, and then he got bumped back, and then he's now a sergeant again because of seniority. But we're here because we want to swear Luke Combs in as a sergeant for the sheriff's office, and he's currently assigned to the corrections division, but he probably won't be there long, all right? So if you turn to me, raise your right hand and say after me. I do solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Michigan, and I'll faithfully discharge my duties as a sergeant for the office of sheriff, the county of Genesee, state of Michigan, to the best of my ability, so help me God. Congratulations, Sergeant Combs! Thank you so much. Proud of that, Dad? I love it. Come on up here. This is Lieutenant Jason Murphy, and Jason, if anybody north of Coldwater Road has ever seen anything in the news, they'll know that Jason has been a part of it. His family is embedded in the community. His kids are athletes, but Jason has, for a long time, been with the sheriff's office, but most recently he's been a majority of his time as a sergeant at the Vienna Township substation. We got 9 police contracts, and our dear friend Joe Risk up there, and all the friends that we have in Vienna Township. You remember that name and face if you're up there. You know Sergeant Murphy. Well, Sergeant Murphy, like most, wanted to do more in his career, so he did the same thing that all those. We're going to have more promotions coming up in the next couple of weeks, thanks to our county board. He took that promotional exam and he did his interview, and he's now being promoted as a lieutenant. Now his current assignment is to elder abuse, and I think anybody who's ever watched what we've done, my predecessor was a champion for elder abuse, neglect, enforcement, and that's the division we have. We have a lieutenant, a sergeant assigned there. It's paid out of our senior millage that all of us in Genesee County pay for, among other things. But one of them is to hold people accountable that abuse, neglect, exploit our elderly. And I'm going to tell you that having the leadership in there, like Lieutenant Murphy, is a big deal. He's also a ghost commander. As I said, ghost is all of us. So on operations, he's there. He's also an incredible detective, an incredible interviewer, an incredible interrogator, got a heart for people, he serves people. Remember, protect, serve, and unify? That's that guy. So we're here with his family back there to swear him as a lieutenant for the sheriff's office. If you turn, face me, raise your right hand, and repeat. I do solemnly swear.
I do solemnly swear
To uphold the Constitution of the United States
to uphold the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan.
and the Constitution of the State of Michigan.
And I'll faithfully discharge my duties
I will faithfully discharge my duties
as a lieutenant
as a lieutenant
for the office of sheriff,
for the office of sheriff,
county of Genesee,
County of
state of
Genesee,
Michigan,
State of
to the
Michigan,
best of my ability.
to the best of my
So help me
ability.
God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Lieutenant. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you soon.